this is all disgusting. Look at this, it's fake. It doesn't even say butter, right? Because it's not, it's all vegetable oil. The only edible butter is this right here, this pure Irish butter, Kerrygold. I buy this once a week and use all of it on my eggs and all my food. They make butter the big word, even though it's not butter, it's vegetable oil. This is bad for your heart, bad for your body, bad for literally everything. Just eat real butter.
Enough of this. No. Rule number 1. Whenever you see someone at the supermarket demonizing a certain food, it's almost 100% guaranteed that the information that that person is going to convey to you is wrong. And that's the case with this guy right here. He has provided zero evidence to prove his claims. Let's address the seed oils controversy once and for all. Today, I'm standing in front of you to tell you something very controversial. I never was a seed oil lover to begin with. Why? Because I despise the taste of oils. However, the more I started to look into the scientific research, the more it became clear to me that seed oils are not the enemy. On the contrary, seed oils are one of the best things you can consume for your heart health. And I know this is going to trigger a lot of you, so please hear me out, because I've not come to this war unarmed. Some of you are already familiar with the scientific pyramid. At the bottom are the studies that hold the less amount of scientific weight. And the further up we go the scientific pyramid, the more weight the studies hold. Let's start with prospective or observational data. What evidence do we have here that seed oils are healthy for us? The following meta-analysis of cohort studies I'm going to show you is huge. They included 30 prospective studies with a mean follow-up of almost 32 years. Over 68,000 participants were included in this study, and sadly, over 15,000 cardiovascular events occurred. And they came to the conclusion that the higher the linoleic acid levels were in the participants, the lower the risk was of experiencing a cardiovascular event. Two interesting things that make this a very high quality study in my opinion. Number 1, they adjusted for many things. And when I say many, I mean many things. They adjusted for their age, for their sex, obviously, for their race. Socioeconomics factors were considered as well. Smoking, history of many common diseases, alcohol intake, exercise, and so on and so forth. And the second thing that jumped into my eyes is how many researchers worked on this study. I've rarely seen so many scientists cited as author of just one meta-analysis. Let's move on. For those of you that have watched my recent videos, I've mentioned Mendelian randomization studies already, and I'm a huge fan of them. Mendelian randomization studies are great because they take into consideration our genetics. There are certain people that have higher cholesterol levels due to their genetics. It doesn't matter if they are smoking, exercising, or eating a healthy diet, their cholesterol levels stay really high. This allows us to exclude many confounders. They looked at the serum levels of omega-3 and omega-6 fatty acids. And in case you're wondering, seed oils fall mainly under the category of polyunsaturated fats. This study included data from the UK Biobank with over 300,000 participants. And to summarize the results, the higher linoleic acid levels cause a lower risk of cardiovascular disease. Let's move on to the clinical trials. Clinical trials are not only expensive, but can also exclude many confounders as well, because scientists can confine all the participants in a clinic and control almost everything. The Cochrane review actually had a very strict selection criteria. They included only clinical trials that lasted for at least 24 months. They included 15 randomized controlled clinical trials with 59,000 participants. And these reviewers came to the same conclusion. If you're replacing saturated fats with polyunsaturated fats or omega-6, your chances of experiencing a cardiovascular event decreases. And they even gave us some very interesting numbers. If 56 people without cardiovascular disease or 32 people who already have cardiovascular disease reduce their saturated fats for around 4 years, then one person will avoid a cardiovascular event. This might sound like a lot, but let me give you some numbers. Sadly, over 17.9 million of people died due to this disease. If we take 17.9 million and divide that by 56, we could save, all things being equal, only by replacing saturated fats with polyunsaturated fats, over 330,000 people per year, if they replace the saturated fat intake for at least 4 years prior to that. The number is even higher for people that already experience a cardiovascular event, meaning over 500,000 people per year. What I just gave you is the total scientific evidence that I came across. Maybe there's other evidence that I'm not aware of. If you still are in the disbelief and you feel like, Luca, you've missed something, please share your references in the comment section. What are your thoughts about this topic? Feel free to let me know in the comment section. Thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to follow for more.